You know, I, like millions of many small business owners, have seen firsthand the disastrous effect of this failed brand of governance. In 2007, while I was finishing my first term as mayor of Wadsworth, I was asked if I would consider purchasing a local Chevy dealership that was poised to shut down due to serious legal problems that were facing its then owner. This request was also trumpeted by General Motors. This dealership had been a landmark and consistent source of employment in my community for over 50 years, and its closure would have had a devastating effect on the local economy. Taking ownership of a car dealership was not something that I ever sought to do, or that I really had any real need to do. But when I consider what its loss might mean to the community that I had lived in for 27 years, I decided to do what I could do to put together the necessary funds to acquire that business. In the months that followed, I was proud to have helped not only save over 50 jobs in Wadsworth, but to have taken a once struggling business and stabilized it. To me, this is just one example of the immeasurable role that small business owners play in serving the backbone of the U.S. economy and the importance of preserving the strength and security in America. For many months, I continued investing time, energy, and resources into helping that business grow. And although I had my own trepidations about the faltering economy and how it might affect that business, I was confident that with hard work, dedication, I could help this dealership weather the storm. And for many months, we succeeded. However, one thing that I failed to realize was the greatest threat to that business was not the sluggish economy, but rather the United States government itself. In January 2009, we witnessed a power shift in Washington as Barack Obama moved into the White House and Democrats secured a supermajority in Congress. Although I had my own disagreements with their policy platforms that they'd expressed on the campaign trail, I nevertheless hoped and believed that new leadership would make a good faith effort towards restoring our economy and providing the pillars of economic freedom that had existed in America since its birth. However, it did not take long for the belief to be vanquished. In May of 2009, my dealership, like many others, received word from the Obama administration that it was targeted for closure. That notice came in the form of a letter. There was no written analysis, no list of reasons or explanations. Just notice that since the federal government had taken over General Motors, that they had opted to look at the businesses out there and look at the dealerships, that I would be one of those dealerships, along with many that they would take away from me. And with it, countless numbers of badly needed jobs. I wish I could put into words how that day felt, but there's no words that would do it justice. This clearly was the darkest day in American capitalism. In the months that followed, I heard countless legal arguments detailing how the takeover could be challenged and how it violated the contracts clause of the Constitution. But I'm not a lawyer. I'm just an American businessman. And to me, that was not just a violation of the Constitution. This was a moral violation. This was un-American. This was economic treason. For those of you who are disgusted and appalled by this as I am proud to tell you that I've been doing whatever I can to fight this, exercising every legal avenue available, but I tell you the story to illustrate a larger point. Throughout our history, our nation has faced some great challenges. And we've had some leaders who met success in facing them, and others who did not. But through it all, our country always has endured because the American people always believed that so long as America was America, we would never fail. The fundamental principles of individual and economic freedom and the promise of upward mobility through hard work have always pushed our country and our people forward. But in the past 12 months, those virtues and those values that have defined this country since its birth have begun to erode. And the very ideals that have led our nation through some of the darkest days of the past may no longer be there to guide us through the troubles of the future. When our leaders today talk about the State of the Union, they point to job numbers, political polls, budget deficits, and health care costs. These figures all have their place as part of a larger discussion. But you cannot quantify values and principles in numbers. You cannot illustrate liberty in chart graphs. So when we talk about recovery in America, true recovery goes far beyond the recovery of jobs or the reduction in our deficit. It requires a restoration of the fundamental principles and liberties of which America was built. Oftentimes, the true value of freedom is known by those who have lost it. But once it's gone, it is very difficult to get back. The same feeling I have to stomach every day as I see General Motors continue to move down the path of trying to take dealerships in this country. Most recently, General Motors filed a motion with the bankruptcy court, stating that basically they have the right to take and do whatever they want, no matter what Congress says. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I'm telling you about one personal experience whereby our freedoms are under attack. There are many other examples. As in Lincoln's time, our country is divided. We are plagued by war, and our nation's very existence is fraught with uncertainty. But I am sure that using the lessons of Lincoln, we can overcome those same problems Lincoln faced over 150 years ago. There is no doubt that with the lessons of Lincoln and the soul of Ronald Reagan, America can once again forge ahead and right our ship. We can see that this ship is turning with results in Virginia, New Jersey, and most recently Massachusetts. But we can't stop there. Tonight, let's agree to continue to right this ship. Here in Wayne County and throughout the rest of Ohio, let's agree together there is still an America where individuals can live the American dream with hard work and risk-taking. Let's agree together that America is still that shining city on the hill. Let's agree that America is still one of the strongest nations under God. And let's agree together that we can turn this ship completely back to the people that deserve it. Together, ladies and gentlemen, we can. God bless all of you this evening, and God bless America. Thank you very much.